Well, good morning, Lionhearts. John and I are out taking an early morning walk real quick to get him a chance to go to the bathroom, and then I'm taking off to Downey, do some vlogging, and hopefully sell my jacket. How are you guys today? It's gonna be a rush day for me because I have to do all that, then get back here, mail out some stuff, and then I have another kind of a crappy job at 1:30, but they're supposed to give me the check by Monday, so it's kind of worth it, I guess. I don't really have anything else going on other than, doing the vlog and selling stuff, so I guess I should make some money, right? Anyway, this ought to be a fun day. Like I said, I'm going to Downey, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to show you today, but I know I'm going to hit like 4 or 5 places and check them out. And probably what I'll show you guys today is Hale and I are meeting up at the Bob's Big Boy in Downey. And the Bob's Big Boy used to be the Bob's Broiler. And Bob's Broiler was also Archie's from License to Drive. Well, we are here. Now this used to be called Johnny's Broiler, Johnny's burger shop. And it was actually, it was a chain. And they weren't able to keep up with their contractual agreement, so the chain dropped them and they turned it into, the family's name was Johnson, so they turned it into Johnny's coffee shop, Johnny's Broiler. Now this place is pretty awesome to me, and there's a weird story behind this, because when I first moved out here I was a fan of a band named Super Drag. And Super Drag had a big hit song when I was in junior high called Sucked Out, and I'm gonna post it on the Facebook page. But Sucked Out was filmed here. And when I found that out, I had a job that brought me down here every once in a while, and so I came looking for the place. I was super excited to see it. Now, there was also a Bob Dylan video that was filmed in here. The scene in What's Love Got to Do With It, where Tina Turner and Ike, where Ike hits her, was in here. And like I told you guys before I drove up, this was also Archie's from License to Drive. Now, this was why I was so bummed. I had a job that brought me here, and as you see the grounds here, when I came by, it was 2001, 2002, and it was no longer a Johnny's. It was a used car lot. And talk about bummed out. It bummed me out so much I never came back over here. And then when Hale and I were talking about wanting to meet up and everything, I was like, well, I'd like to go look at that like they kept this sign the same as the way it was in License to Drive, and pretty much the way it was when it was Johnny. So I was like, well, I'll come here and at least show them what the building looks like. And then as I'm looking it up, I find out this was turned into a Bob's Big Boy about 10 years ago. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna see if I can't find the stone fireplace looking thing where they filmed the Super Drag video. And maybe I'll put in some of the clips of, you can see the rotating Bob up there. I'm gonna see if I can't put some clips of the Bob Dylan video and just anything that's affiliated with this place. So let's go on in. My buddy's already in there with the booth. See? 2009. Now here's the story. It was built in 1958 by the owner Harvey's Broiler. And when former cooks of the restaurant purchased it, he didn't want to keep up with the way Harvey wanted things run, so they changed the name to Johnny's. And it was in operation until 2002, pretty much right when I came to look for it. So there you go. Now right here is actually where I think they filmed the whole Super Drag video. And he would have been crawling up right here. Right there we would have seen John from Super Drag crawling up towards the camera and the whole band rocking out right there. Well, here's the history of the, what was once Harvey's Broiler, then Johnny's Broiler, then a used car lot, and now it's Bob's. And this is my old buddy Hale, one of our old drummers. Great times. And right here in License to Drive is where the guys would have been parked when Charles and Dean go in to get the hamburgers. And they get in the car, they start eating, and Charles opens up his door and smashes it right into those like punk guys. And that's why they end up taking off and getting the hell out of Dodge. There you go, Archie's. Actually, I think right here, this right here is where they were parked and had that whole scene on this side of it. Well, it was a great breakfast. I got to have a Big Boy, which I love Big Boy. So much fun. Awesome catching up with Hale. Hale tried on the jacket. Unfortunately, it was just a little too small for him, so he didn't buy it, which is okay. No big deal. But I'm going to go do some vlogging, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I mean, I'm going to try and match up. Like I said, I'm going to put in some stuff from Super Drag. I'll try and find the Bob Dylan video. I'll try and show some stuff that was filmed here. But man, what a cool place. Like, I don't know when I would have came back. Like I said, I checked this place out like 15 years ago, and it was a used car lot, and they just depressed me so much, but it was so cool to walk in and see exactly where they filmed that Super Drag sucked out video. Well, I'm back in LA, and of course there's traffic, but I got some really great footage today, and I know you guys are gonna love it. It's kind of a bummer I didn't sell my jacket, but God willing, something will come through. Well guys, I'm back. I'm back from my journeys to Downey. I gotta throw on this shirt behind me and get ready to go and do my little gig today. It's only a 6-hour thing, but it's the worst 6 hours because it's 1:30 to 7:30. Who wants to give up that part of their day? Anyway, I just want to tell you guys, I know that there are some people that watch my channel and they really love the Golden Age vlogs. I'm never doing another Golden Age vlog ever again. I'm kidding. I just want to tell you, I have actually a handful of them planned coming up, and I know that a lot of the things that I've been doing recently have been music related and kind of more modern, and that's just the way things have been shaken out from my life right now. But I have a handful of really, really great 1920s vlogs that are coming at you. And when I was meeting up with Hale and we had our lunch and everything, he really loved what I was doing with this YouTube, and actually was telling me that was this was kind of one of his goals in his life, was to find a way to like travel. And he actually worked for a company that used to hire people and send them out on vacations just to vlog, so which is pretty cool. So he loved what I was doing, and he lives in Long Beach, and he actually has a couple of houses right next to him that have a story, and he's going to go talk to the owners because he's lived there for a while, so the owners have told him these stories over time, and he just wants to see if maybe he can get a better more like concentrated version of the story, or if they want to get on here and tell me. So I just wanted to let you guys know that there are some Golden Age vlogs coming there, all kinds of vlogs coming. I did about, while I was down there today, not counting the one that you're going to see today, I did 2 other vlogs while I was down there, and I have another one that I did just in case I end up getting work. And luckily for me, February, I have about 4 or 5 gigs already booked, so that should help take care of most of my bills in February. But I really wanted to thank Mark Stahl for buying a couple of my records, and I really wanted to thank David Anson Brown because I got some mail from him today, and it was a really sizable donation to the vlog, and that's really cool, man. Thank you so much. I respect that you didn't want to go through the whole Patreon thing. I have somebody else that doesn't want to do the Patreon where they take out a percentage, but I really appreciate that you love the vlog and that you wanted to support it. That was so cool, man. And I'm going to send you some stuff. I want to send stuff to you just because I really appreciate what you did. That was so cool of you. And especially right now, it's really appreciated. Thank you so much, man. A little bit of pre-work coffee. I just want to let you guys know that ordered stuff from me yesterday, CDs and stuff like that, or Patreons. I said I would have stuff in the mail to you today. It's going to be tomorrow morning. I just ran out of time, and I really wanted to get one extra vlog, and I filmed 4 total things today, but it's going to turn into 3 vlogs worth of stuff, so I didn't have a chance to package up 2 of the things I was going to mail out, so it just made more sense for me to do all the things tomorrow instead of half today and half tomorrow. I hope you guys understand. All right. I don't know what's going on here, but Well, I'm done with my work day, so I'm here buying food for the little lad. I'll tell you, the reason you guys don't hear me make a ton of hokey jokes and stuff during my videos is because I realize that comedy is completely subjective, and when I hear bad jokes, it actually weeds me out. It makes me not enjoy stuff, so I just had to make money watching some really, really bad jokes for about 6 hours. And it just reminds me why I don't do it on these. I make wisecracks, but if it's a hokey joke I've heard somebody make before, I try not to do it. Hope you guys appreciate that. Now let's see what we can get him. I want to get him one of these package things because it's cheaper and it just makes it easy, but you might have noticed that Jaw is quite the picky eater and quite the dainty fella, so if I get these and he has too many of the same meals in a row, there'll be a mutiny. Meet the one meet the one person in the world who's not obsessed with Target. It's me. I'm ready to get out of here. Let's go. Hey, Jaw! Say hi to your friends! Say hi to your buddies on the internet. Say hi to your YouTube buddies. Just finishing up the vlog for the day, and since I was so busy today, almost always I wake up first thing in the morning, I make my coffee, and I watch all the vlogs from the night before, the day before, like whatever I missed. And today I was just, from the moment I woke up, I was on fire, out the door, doing stuff, and I didn't have a chance to watch any. So I just watched one, and it brought a real big smile to my face. Adam the Woo had Billy Corgan on his vlog, and what's cool is that Billy Corgan is basically traveling from Chicago to Los Angeles in 30 days, and he's vlogging. He has somebody with him with a camera, and then somebody else has a camera phone, and he's basically doing what we do. He's just taking in the sights, telling people what he's learned while he's there, and it's really cool. And Billy was really nice to Adam, and that really made me happy because a little backstory on me is that I grew up, my mom loved like 70s funk and soul music and Motown and the Allman Brothers, and my dad liked Alice Cooper, The Who, Led Zeppelin, Jethro Tull, Yes, stuff like that. So I heard a lot. That's where I heard all the music that I was listening to till I was probably 6 or 7 years old. And then when I was about 8 years old, I discovered Guns N' Roses, and I went full bore Guns N' Roses and everything. And then I went back and I was just obsessed with Michael Jackson. And then what's weird is that I would say, I think it was the summer between my 7th and 8th grade year, they showed La Bamba on TV, and I just became obsessed with wanting to learn how to play guitar. I ended up buying a guitar with my job money, and for songs that I learned were like Donna, Come On Let's Go, La Bamba, stuff like that. And that was really my inspiration, but of course, as my personality is, for about 6 months or a year, all I listened to was oldies radio, and I would buy 50s compilations like crazy. I really wouldn't even listen to it if it was past 1959 or 60. Funny story, at the time, Dick Clark had this 50s collection that he was peddling on TV for like $100, and I could never afford it, but I was obsessed with watching the infomercial for it. So I was just collecting all those songs, and this was all simultaneous. So I went into going into, I guess that actually must have been after my 8th grade year, because I went into my freshman year having nothing in common with anybody, because all the music that everybody listened to was like grunge, and it was pretty much like Bush and Everclear and Nirvana and stuff like that, and all I was listening to was 50s music. Until I got really into watching The Real World on MTV, and I remember one of the seasons they started playing Today by Smashing Pumpkins and Disarm as like the theme, like some of the music during the episodes, and I got really into it, and that's actually what pulled me into grunge alternative music, was Smashing Pumpkins. I'm a big Smashing Pumpkins fan, and I told you guys that my friend Tavia, that I used to work with, and then she was going to be our drummer, she used to date Billy Corgan, and so Billy Corgan played this like kind of odd concert out in the middle of Joshua Tree at my favorite saloon. And this place has really good barbecue, by the way. And I will take you guys out there. It's in Pioneer Town. It's called Pappy and Harriet's. And Billy Corgan was going to be playing this, the band name was called Spirit in the Sky. And he basically had two members of the Lemon Pipers, I believe, from the 60s. He had Dave Navarro on guitar and Billy was on guitar. And he wasn't doing Smashing Pumpkin songs. And my friend Jonas and I found out about it. We went out and rented a hotel that's directly behind the saloon. We stayed in the Pioneer Town Inn. I think that was, Pioneer Town Inn. And so when the band set up and started doing sound check, we literally could just walk over. It was just like a horse corral where they were playing in. And we stood behind and we watched Billy Corgan rehearse and everything. And then when he was done, he was packing up his guitar. And I kind of tried to talk to him, and he was really kind of brushing me off. Like, not friendly at all. And, like, would not smile, like, nothing. It was really, like, it was a real bummer. And then I pulled the ace in the hole when I realized that I was like, this is kind of going poorly. I just go, well, we have a mutual friend, and she just wanted me to tell you hi if I saw you, because I told her I was going to come to this. And he's like, really, who? What's your friend's name? And I said, Tavia. And he, like, his face lit up, and he was just like, Tavia Dawn, what is she up to? And then he was pretty cool to me. And that actually turned it all around, but until then it was kind of a bummer. And the concert was mind-blowing. He didn't play any Smashing Pumpkin songs, and some guy started yelling out, like, Bullet with Butterfly Wings. And he actually stopped after one of the songs, and he played, like, one riff, and then he goes, there you go. Now, can I go back to playing the songs that I want to play? It was just one of those weird nights, you know, and the band was phenomenal. You can actually find it. Look up Spirit in the Sky, Pappy and Harriet's. It's on YouTube. But I had brought, and it's surprising to everybody, but my favorite Smashing Pumpkins record was called Adore. And it's actually, like, the record that he said he put the most of his heart and soul into, and he said that, like, nobody liked it. And I always just loved it. It's not guitar rock. It's, like, it's way different. And I really love almost all the Smashing Pumpkins stuff. Even the most recent stuff is fantastic. Like, he brought back his metal stuff, and it's great. And I love it. And actually, here's the record he signed for me, if you want to see it. Here's my copy. Now, actually, why that's a big deal is because that's a really rare record. When that came out, it didn't come out on record. He personally had, I think, like 500 of them made in mono, and gave out like 50 of them to close friends, and then had the rest released in stores. I could never get a copy, and Tavia gave me hers. So for him to sign that was really cool. Anyway, it really blew my mind to turn on Adam the Woo today, because I'd seen Adam say, like, he was hoping to run into Billy Corgan. He saw that Billy Corgan was in Texas where he was, and he was hoping to run into him, and I was really going like, I hope he doesn't break your heart, man. Like, I hope he's not rude or something to you. And Billy really couldn't have been cooler. And to see that Billy's out vlogging, it just showed, like, Billy's always been ahead of the game in everything. He was one of the first, he literally was the first band to give away music for free. I know Radiohead gets credit for it because they did this little thing where it was like, you could pay what you want. But he literally made an album called Machina, released it in stores, and then about a year and a half later, made something called Machina 2. It was 2 discs, and he just put it out for free where you could download the songs off his website. And he was one of the first people really also to realize it wasn't enough to be a great band live in concert anymore. He had to make this whole visual masterpiece up on the screen, something that was working with the music and everything, because he realized social media was taking over, and that people weren't just paying to see a band anymore. They were paying for something to put on their phone like this. And so whatever he was doing musically had to be visually as stimulating as the music was. And that taught me something as well. But anyway, I digress. I'm a big Billy Corgan fan. I was super happy to see that Adam got to meet him and that Billy's doing vlogging. And that just shows that what we're doing is something that people realize is kind of important. So anyway,
if you like this video, I'm sorry I just rambled forever, but if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or a like, and if you'd like to become a Patreon and support the vlog like some of the other people have been doing, it's patreon.com/Jordan the Lion, and the only reason I bring it up is because they always do the charges at the end of the month, and that's when I'm allowed to send out the rewards. So if you were interested in doing that, the next couple of days would be the time to do it. Anyway, I love you guys. I always have something planned. Tomorrow I have a weird gig for like 2 hours out in the valley. So actually, I think I'm going to do something out there. And I will see you guys tomorrow. My arm's starting to hurt. Good night. From Hollywood, California, Jordan and Josh say good night.